Yo, it's Heavyhaul HQ, rolling with the crew, moving those big loads. Yeah, you know how we do. We got the ribs, the power of the mic. From dawn to dusk, we own the night. Oversized loads ain't nothing but a thing. Got the trailer stretched out, feel the metal sing. Trucks.
Welcome back to Heavyhaul HQ. We just got back in town. We left Thursday, got back Monday. So we're back at the office, and I had some cool projects. I had a cool meeting last night too. One of the viewers off of Instagram and YouTube swung by. He was like, yeah, I started following y'all because of Hotshot Benny. And it was about like 6 at night. Guess who shows up on a freaking motorcycle? Hotshot Benny. And Benny's dad is over here right now, Pops. Y'all may know him as Pops. So let me show you around a couple of the cool things we got going on this week. The first one you don't see every day, so we really got to take a look. And I don't know how good it'll show up on camera, but it's kind of overcast today. So I think it may just show up. Well, what was interesting, so me and the customer was over here. Benny pulls up on a motorcycle, and I didn't even really know who it was at first. Mind you, it was like 6 o'clock at night, but he said that Pops was coming by to do an inspection on a trailer that he was considering, that he's looking at. And then Benny goes, what is that over there? Is that a black trailer or something different? I said, I think it's black, it's just got a reflection on it. Well, it turns out, and I go, oh no, we have a cherry bomb flavored trailer coming. And like I said, I don't know if it shows up or what angles to get you at, but this is a cherry bomb maroon color. It is so subtle. Like if you look at it in most angles, it just looks black, but then you get a closer look at it and it has a subtle maroon or gold color to it. We brought it in all alone by itself so that it wouldn't get all scratched up. And of course, this is a 55 LCC, so it's gonna have all your standard features on it. Everything such as your 18-inch loaded deck height with 6 inches of ground clearance. So on the bottom side, you'll have 6 inches of ground clearance, and then your deck will be sitting at 18 inches, which is really low for the industry. It has your dual cam pause to give you 7 adjustable ride height settings up on the neck. So you can see the 2 fingers that are up in here. That'll set down in those casting racks that are on the neck here. And that'll give you 7 adjustable ride height settings controlled via the hydraulics. All your swing out outriggers. And you can see how subtle it is because the ramps are actually a black color. The outriggers are a black color, but the rest of it is like a cherry bomb. And you can see my guys are over here loading up a nitrogen charged accumulator, going out to a very nice customer. We're shipping it out on a Hotshot. That and then some other components, some parts and some different bric-a-brac. So this one I wanted to show you guys. And it's gonna have all your standard stuff, your aluminum rims or wheels. Dang, that thing's nice. We're gonna throw some TM Trailer Cells mud flaps on there, throw some TM Trailer Cells DOT tape maybe across the bumper, kind of make it stand out real nice. They're actually pulling it out now because I'm gonna get them to wipe it down or wash it down in the wash bay so I could do some short form content. So you'll see some stuff coming to YouTube Shorts shortly. Let me see if I can sneak past this other trailer. Oh, we got some funny videos coming out too. I won't give too much away. But we got some funny videos coming out on YouTube Shorts here soon. So it's got the overfill valve. I told Taylor over at Fontaine that I would go over a deeper dive on these due to some improper use of the suspension on here. So you'll see on the overraise, this button here, or this push-pull valve, when you pull it out, so when it's pushed in, it's gonna read off your leveling valve, just like a normal trailer. It'll just read off your leveling valve. When you pull it out, it redirects the air to this valve. So this will let you overraise it or dump it. And you see right here on the knob, it says pull and turn. So what that does, you pull it out and then slide it over and it locks it in. And when you rotate it back, it allows it to stay back where it was. If you want to raise the bags, you'll push it in and it'll start to raise the bags. So as you know, whenever you're unloading your trailer, you're gonna have your neck detached over here. The bed of the trailer will be on the ground. That's Leadfoot Transport. Old Glory, he's got his Landoll trailer there. We were just doing some repairs on it. Y'all probably saw it in one of the previous videos. All right, so back to what we were saying. You have your neck detached, you're about to load an excavator. And then what's your next move? For 90% of the people, they already know. Some people disagree, but it says it on the side of the neck. Let's just show you. So you'll see right here on the side of the neck, must dump air before loading or unloading. And like I said, 90% of the people already know you're gonna dump your bags, and that's gonna give you a stable rear end as you're loading an excavator onto the front of the trailer. But if you're used to the push-pull valve system, now that we have these new features on these trailers, you may not know that you have to pull it out, turn it, and it locks it in while it's dumping. Or of course you could sit there and hold it if you want to look like a Goomba. But if you don't want to look like a Goomba, you're gonna pull it out, turn it, it's gonna lock it in, and then you can walk away, all your bags will dump. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, from there you have your chain up on your first axle, your airlift on your third axle, all that is still facilitated right here. And then you have your strobe lights. So these are battery powered strobes. So even when you're disconnected, you'll still have strobes. You have your little gauge there. And we highly recommend upgrading to an airway scale on yours. If you're a fan of the channel, then you already know that you can call up here and use code HeavyhaulHQ and let them know. They'll throw you in a free airway scale, or they'll give you some kind of free giveaway when you purchase your trailer, letting them know that you're a fan of the content and that you do know that you're allowed to use HeavyhaulHQ as a code, and they can upgrade you to a free airway scale. And then we do airway scales on all type of stuff. So like if you have an end dump, a flatbed, a step deck, how many videos have I seen lately where the trailer is being overloaded and then now their trailer's broken half, the suspension's broken half. I saw one on YouTube Shorts just the other day where they had put a reel, one of those heavy coils, on the middle of a step deck, and it was overloaded, broke the trailer right in half. All that could be prevented by having an airway scale. So it's easy, that you'll know how much weight's on your trailer whenever you get loaded, so you can already call the permit office and tell them exactly, because some of them make you pay per pound on your permits. If the airway scale pays for itself in one trip. All right, so they're gonna wash this Cherry Bomb trailer for me right after this stuff leaves. This is a pin-on axle and a nitrogen charged stinger. Some of the fun stuff going on in the shop today. We got Shane Wells' trailer here. They're putting new air tanks because he had gotten himself up into the salt. So you can see on his trailer where it's starting to get some rust build up on it, and it rusted through some of the air tanks, and they're going to do pretty much kind of an overhaul on this trailer, get it looked at, get it inspected, and make sure everything's going good on this one. I'll show you a quick update on Bay 3 on this railroad project, because we're getting it prepped to kind of primer and paint everything for this railroad option, and then all we got to do is build the ramps. This project has been a lot of fun. I thank you for all the prayers and wishes on this one, because it was a very difficult project. You know, a lot of pressure on us. It was expensive to do all this. It took a lot of man hours, and the customer's been really anticipating getting this trailer back. And so we got it all prepped, we got it taped off. We're about to put a coat of primer on it, and then after hours we're going to stay in the shop and put some deep black paint, some Viper black, Lamborghini black paint onto it. And then we're doing a quick repair on this trailer. A couple of the boards needed replacing, and we're going to upgrade it to some Apatong lumber, so that'll be great. And if you ever need Apatong lumber, we got that in 2x12. Usually keep it at about 20 feet long. We have 1.5 by 8 Apatong. Also usually kept around 19 or 20 foot long. All right, so we have Apatong in 4 sizes primarily. We have 1 5/16 by 7 wide and by 5 inch wide, and then we have 1.5 by 8 inches wide and 2 inches thick by 12 inches wide. And we usually keep them anywhere from 16 to 20 feet on all the lengths. It's dependent on what's coming off the water. We have that coming from Southeast Asia and Brazil all the time. I'm going to flip you around now to show you our famous friend. This is Pops. You may know him from the channel on YouTube called Trucking with Benny. formerly known as Hotshot Benny, the world famous trucking family. And this is his father's truck and a trailer that he's looking at. So we're getting them a quote basically on any of the repairs that need to be worked on. So he's gonna need some fresh paint, some fresh DOT tape. The previous owner had pine flooring on it, and you could tell it's just kind of a regular pine. And that'll hold up for a little while on these trailers, and I'll show you why. They have cross members every 24 inches in the center, but on the outside where most of your excavators or stuff like that will go, they have them every 12 inches. So basically think of it as there's another cross member between every one of these here, and you can kind of see it. Let me see if I can get the camera to look. So you can see it right here, there's a cross member, and then right here is a cross member, and then right here. And you can also see it where the bolts are. So you got bolts every 12 inches. So we'll get them a new Apatong floor quote. We got to do some brake work on it. And we're about to break the neck off of it. So that way we can see what's going on behind here. Make sure there's no damage to the underside of the trailer. Because with this being a mechanical neck, it has a tendency to drag the ground. So we want to make sure those box beams, because this is an extendable. So we want to make sure those box beams are in good shape. I checked the Y-beam. You probably saw from a previous video that Y-beam can be problematic. These Y-beams look okay. We're about to check the bushings still on this one. Anyways, we're going to look at everything on it to the best of our ability and make sure he's not going to have no big trouble. We'll get him a quote on all the repairs. And then you can see he's rocking the TM trailer mud flaps. And then Pops and Benny should be back. But if y'all ever need heavy transport, specifically if you need stretch loads, something with a super stretch, something that can go 34 to 60 in the well, then this is the family that you could depend on. It's 1A1 Transport out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. Very famous on YouTube and Instagram, and for all the right reasons. They're just the best friendly company and the most friendly family I've ever met. Just genuinely fantastic people. And they're 90% of the reason that I even am bringing this video to you today. Benny is the one who taught me how to do a lot of YouTube. He taught me how to do a lot of Instagram. He always promotes me on here, and hopefully one day my channel will be big enough where I can promote the heck out of him, because they do a bang up job. Really fantastic job over there at 1A1 Transport. And if y'all have specialized loads, you can reach out to me and I can get you in contact with them. We talk pretty frequently. We just did that wheel-in light bar on the top of Benny's truck. That thing is bright. Dude, I thought we were gonna pay a lot of money for it, and I thought it was gonna be nice. It's way nicer than I ever thought it would. It is freaking crazy cool. What else did I got for you guys? Stand by. The very last thing I was gonna show you, we have a couple of used 930Es in stock. I still have that red one available, I believe. A lot of people have been interested, but the financing is always troublesome or problematic. If you're not in business long enough, or you don't have a good enough credit score, sometimes it can be hard to get financing. But I do have a Landoll 930E available. I have two of them, but people keep putting their name on it. But if y'all call up the office here, you just call 888-Lowboy1. I can get you that. It looks like I have a Trail King axle. I still have a Trail King bus hauler back there in the background. That's super nice, and it's really affordable right now. And then I got a couple of Fontaine magnitudes in stock. I have a really cool 55-ton Landoll 855 with the automatic ramp on it. It's really good. I shouldn't say it's really good. I should say it's primarily used for forklifts. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me, and please have safe travels.
Yo, it's Heavyhaul HQ, rolling with the crew, moving those big loads. Yeah, you know how we do. We got the ribs, the power, the mic. From dawn to dusk, we own the night. Oversized loads ain't nothing but a thing. Got the trailer stretched out, feel the metal sing. Trucks on the highway, flexing the muscle. Heavyhaul Nation.